He's not Prince Charming when your conversations last 30 seconds or less, depending on the brand of beer or the cup size of the women in the commercial.
On first dates and guys will say, never been married? No. No kids? No. Never engaged? No. Never lived with someone? No. I'm like, oh God, I'm just weird. I don't know. There's something just wrong with me. But I've just chosen the path I've chosen, and I will always say, I've seen a couple of my friends get divorced. Fortunately, they've remarried and they're happy now, but I see people who I believe go through the motions, and just because you do it in the way that society accepts or expects doesn't mean you're happy, Katie, with the term charm nugget, because it kind of just came out naturally because of who he was. It's like a charm nugget, which, when I tell people, they're like, oh, I get it. You think you see something in someone that's kind of like a real diamond, but it's not even really a cubic zirconia. You're like, oh, that was sweet what he just said, or oh, that was really nice. He really is a good guy. And then you look closer and you're like, oh, it's just a charm nugget that pulled you in. So we've all experienced that. And so I figure I just turn that into...
Now, many of us know guys who are a little bit too close to their mothers, who don't want to leave them behind. So he's not Prince Charming when he brings his mom along to dinner to cut his meat.
It's a fun, short novelty book that's got a lot of real material from my life in it. I was talking to somebody about it the other day, and I said, it's not like it's painful, might be a bit dramatic, but we've all had heartbreak, discomfort, disappointment.
I don't know anybody who would say dating is fun.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right? It's what you do until you don't have to anymore.
Right. Paying half for my own Christmas present one year. That actually is true.
I was just reading about that in the introduction.
Yes.
Ouch.
Yes. I called out the story that no gift to the Magi. What other people could see this or read this and say, well, what the heck was she doing with this guy? Or why would you ever go half on your Christmas present? That's insane. I would never do that. I say a lot of things I would never do either. And yet there I was in a Best Buy handing over my credit card. So it's that charm nugget I wanted to see in this guy. It was a crazy question of him to ask, but he did. And now I have a lovely digital camera that I get to laugh about with my friend.
Sure, some of us have dated guys who were trying to figure themselves out and perhaps were not as interested in women as they really said they were. So he's not Prince Charming when he's more comfortable in heels than you are. Oh, some of the other issues that I have dealt with, let's see, and this one only works with a visual, but basically he's in bed with you, and I think this line will say it all. Houston, he has a problem.
Funny, I don't know, sometimes you're supposed to do your market research and see what's selling, and I didn't do that because I've kind of always been a little bit headstrong, I want to do what I want to do.
Right.
And I don't know if this is going to, it's going to be received well. I don't know, but when I went out there and I looked, I was a little bit surprised that I didn't see a ton of humor books take it from this perspective. There are a ton of dating books.
Right.
Most of them are advice, though. They're not really celebrating and I use the word celebrate because I can totally laugh at a lot of the stuff that truly, like I said before, not to be dramatic, some of it was painful. People that I really fell hard for, that hurt, everyone's had their heart broken. And to take another look or step back, I should say, you get perspective and you laugh, I think that's a great thing. It's self-published, so it's an investment, a monetary investment that I'm fortunate because I have a day job as well, that I was able to do this myself. I don't really know what it's like to try to get published. I imagine it's a long, hard process because I've seen people try. I don't have patience, and I'm a procrastinator. So those are two big reasons why I didn't take that route, because I don't believe that every day I would take that package to the mail to, send it out and say, would you publish this? I know I wouldn't.
Well, and the quality of what you can do, self-publishing, that looks as professional as anything I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's an online printer. It's just so hard to come close to the prices that they can do, these different printing companies that are online. I tried to do local. I looked into printing locally, and the cost, and I understand why, it's such a small run. I'm not Random House, so I'm not printing 10,000 or a million or whatever.
Right.
Online is just really inexpensive, and it's you can do it yourself, and so many people, professional speakers I've met, who I've met through the laughter yoga business, and who are motivational speakers, the key to what they do a lot is...
And we have those creepy guys who, fortunately, I haven't really gotten to them yet, but many friends have. So, let's see. He's not Prince Charming when he tags you on Facebook in photos you just don't recall posing for, like shaving your legs in your bathroom, getting into your bed after midnight.
You know, I also do laughter yoga, so when I go out to different organizations and groups and I talk about the difference between laughter and humor, I say that laughter is universal. We all do it the same way, but humor is not. Humor is tied to your perspective, where you are in life, your intellect. So, you know, maybe somebody will look at this and go, I don't get it, or, you know, whatever. And that's fine, too, because not everyone likes the same things. I don't find, you know, slapstick humorous. Like, that's not my kind of thing. But so far, you know, I've gotten some pretty good feedback from people who don't know me real well. Like, my friends, of course, think it's funny because they were there when some of these things actually happened. So it's like, oh, I remember that. Good times. But people who don't necessarily know me and who've been like, oh, yeah, I got some laughs out of it, that's kind of reassuring for me. And, you know, some of my friends' husbands have laughed, too, so I kind of like the fact that it's not just women. But we all know people like this, guys like this, and it's not even just guys. I mean, the traits I'm focusing on. I started it with the website too, now princecharming.com. I had asked for stories, and obviously I have my little disclaimer out there that, you know, when you submit the story that you're relinquishing the rights to it, you're going to let us use it.
Don't use real names.
So please, if you don't want, unless you want your name used, and I wouldn't use last names anyway, but if you want to change whatever, it's the essence of the story that I'm looking for. Basically just preparing for the future.
Okay.
I want to do more stories. I'll be doing more stories on my website, which are not illustrated. They're just the written stories, and another book.